Okay, so I'm doing my presentation on stress and anxiety effects on animal health management. So first off, stress and anxiety in dogs is often simply just caused by their 5 major freedoms not being met. And these include the freedom from hunger, thirst, malnutrition, discomfort, injury or disease, to express their normal behaviors, and from fear or distress. Other causes of stress and anxiety can include just medical issues, isolation, post-traumatic events that they may have gone through previously in life, or just genetic disposition, just meaning that there are certain breeds that are more likely to be affected by stress or anxiety. When dogs are anxious, they may engage in repetitive or displacement behaviors to relieve stress, and the common ones will be the loss of appetite, licking, slow movement, lower body posture, like this picture here, hyperactivity, trembling, and whining. When something stressful happens to a dog, its body falls under control of the sympathetic autonomic nervous system, or SAS. This is the part of the body that's responsible for the fight or flight response. So here, when the body falls under major amounts of stress, the adrenal glands will signal a release of cortisol, which has a major effects on the body, which include body pressure, electrolyte balance, immune function, and body and fat metabolism. There are also other neurotransmitters and stress hormones throughout the body that will trigger responses like dilated pupils or increased blood sugar levels, and these will prepare the dog for the fight or flight response. So if a dog experiences chronic stress levels, over time this can lead to an oversecretion of cortisol, which will result in a series of health problems like the diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, extreme hunger from burning all the extra glucose, thinning of the skin, increased risk of infection, and a decreased muscle and bone mass. So in severe cases, high levels of stress leading to these cortisol levels increasing can cause Cushing's disease. Cushing's disease is common in 2 major forms, which is the adrenal dependent and the pituitary dependent. But 85% of dogs will most commonly have the pituitary dependent, which will stimulate the adrenal glands to produce large amounts of cortisol.
Okay, so you're saying the pituitary dependent is where the pituitary is making too much ACTH? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yes. So, and the most common dogs that Cushing's disease is found in would be the terriers, the poodles, dachshunds, and the American Eskimo dogs, like these at the bottom here. I love these puppies. So once diagnosed with Cushing's disease, some of the most common symptoms include increased hunger, increased panting, pot-belly abdomen like this one here, as well as this one here, as well as lack of energy and hair loss, as well as they will get fat deposits at the top of their shoulders and necks.
That picture at the bottom is a textbook case, then you would say, because you know that bottom dog looks, exactly what the textbook would say.
And there are a lot of preventative measures when you first see signs of stress and anxiety. Some of the most common ones are desensitization exercises, and this is when you will introduce a stimulus to your pet slowly, and you will try to get them to focus directly on you, rather that be with eye-to-eye contact or just, what are they? Eye-to-eye contact, or just obedience commands that your dog will naturally learn from being taught over time. And once your dog gets more comfortable, you will increase the stimuli, give them a treat each time, so that way they will replace this sense of nervousness and fear with a calm, relaxed state, and also a treat. Also, calm environments really help dogs. Providing them with a fixed routine. A daily fixed routine really gets them through their day without being stressed out, as well as calming equipment. Dog-appeasing pheromones are quite popular for this type of thing, which are basically just synthetic hormones used to replicate nursing mother hormones that they give off to calm their puppies. And you can also provide your dogs with calming equipment like dogs, and there's also calming music as well.
Is it country western music, or is it, what is it?
I think it kind of depends on dog to dog.
Okay, I just didn't know. Does anybody know what music it is?
There's like dog soundtracks that you can download that
Okay.
are,
I'm just curious, I'm gonna have to look that up, because I have no idea what it would be.
that's what we play at Dr. Camtrell's.
Really?
It's like a dog, oh, I should have said that, oh well, it's like through a
That's-
dog's ear or something.
Yeah, okay, that'll be interesting.
So there's some common medications that you can provide your dog if they're going through stress and anxiety problems. Anafril and fluoxetine are common pills that you can give them. There are also sprays and drops that contain like herbal scents that will relax your dog. You can also provide them with stress collars that release these frequency modified ultra calming musics, common to what we were talking about before. And this is one of their major products, is the Ultra Calmer. And there are also thunder shirts here, which just provide constant pressure to the torso, which should relieve stress in dogs, but it won't affect every dog the same. Some dogs it may affect worse, so you just have to do a trial and error.
Case by case basis.
Definitely. That is all. Any questions?
Questions for Brianna? Here's one over here.
My friend, she rescued a dog from the puppy mill, and he has the worst basic separation anxiety I've ever seen in a dog. He's about this little bit bigger than a Chihuahua, and he takes regular doses of Prozac. He can't even tolerate her going to the bathroom. He flips
Wow,
out.
that's crazy. Anybody have any personal experience? Like, do pet stores sell some of this stuff?
Yeah,
All
like
of what's
comfort
meant?
zone, and we have like gummies now that they make.
Gummies with
It's like an herbal, yeah.
herbal thing? I should go to a pet store sometime and look at that, because it'd be
We have like a whole section.
a whole section of calming stuff.
Yeah, because the medication can be really hard, like fluoxetine can be really hard on their livers and
Oh,
kidneys,
yeah.
and so that's kind of like the
Try
last
everything
stitch.
first, yeah.
Well, you gotta remember, all medicine in one sense is poison, because it's always got those side effects.
Right.
So, you gotta, that's one thing about this holistic medicine area, you gotta think of all of it: diet, environment, other things, not just pill injection. Too many people don't look at the whole thing, so. Yeah, it's a case by case. I've had people tell me the Thunder sweater, whatever it is, works, and others doesn't, Other comments, questions? Here we go.
Okay, 2 weird comments. One, I read an article, granted it was online, so obviously that means it's true, but they said that if you like hug a dog, that actually makes it uncomfortable, so I don't understand how the thunder shirt would work, because that's kind of
Now, again, it's a case by case. I know of dogs that wouldn't want to be hugged, but I'll tell you, I've met dogs that just love to be hugged.
Okay.
Don't ask me how I know this.
Yeah, it depends on the dog.
Yeah, it's a case by case. What else? Another
Other
weird comment?
Yeah. I've always been taught that eye contact with dogs is bad, and that you're not supposed to make eye contact with them because it's like asserting your dominance, so
Right.
is that another case
It's
by
more of
case
like a
basis?
focus thing, so like a lot of
Yeah.
times, like in our training classes, they teach you to have the dog, it's just not really, you're not staring them in the eyes, it's just showing them to focus on you, so
Yeah, it's
there's like
like
a
look at
watch
me.
me command.
Yeah.
So they can be looking at your nose, they can be looking at your body, it doesn't have to be direct
Okay,
eye
okay,
contact,
okay.
it's just getting them to ignore
And I
whatever's
think
bothering them.
on
and
the
focus
eye
on you.
contact, it's more,
It depends on how you're doing it.
yeah, and that comment is more for intact male dogs that more likely are
Okay.
going to be dominant, from my experience. Don't look a big dog in the eye, because that's a challenge, yeah.
When it comes to at least what I've dealt with my dog, it's what I call focus training, and whether it's making them feel better about something or whatever, even just focusing in an obedience session. I found it was kind of silly. People made fun of me for a while, but then it started working, and they didn't make fun of me anymore. But I would hold the treat away from my face, and then my dog would, of course, be naturally looking at the treat, and I'd call her name, and I wouldn't give her the treat until she was looking at me for a period of time, and then I would treat her. So
Even with the treat out?
Yeah, I would move it around too. Yeah,
Okay.
and until she was looking at me, then I would treat her.
Then you would treat her.
I do the same when I feed my dogs. They have to sit and look at me first before they get anything.
Have you ever seen the videos where the dog has to pray before it gets fed?
Yes, it's so
That is cool. Okay,